Nothing. You just a minute ago said everything.
I know.
Yeah?
I grateful for I could help with Daddy.
Yeah?
And my daddy helped me. I'm thankful for my mom, and she helps me a lot, and I'm thankful for my dad. I love him, and he also gives us toys.
Well, I'm grateful for my mom and my sister and what I've been given in my life, and I just feel really grateful for what I've been given. She's kind of gotten me into music and got me into just musical things, and she's really helped me with that, and she's just loved me all around, and so has my mom.
Guess I'm grateful for my friends and family, of course, the people I work with, managers there have been giving me more hours recently like I asked for, so it's pretty nice. People at the school I'll be going to in the fall have been very helpful in helping me choose classes and finding my way around campus and stuff like that, so pretty grateful for that as well.
I'm kind of grateful for the school that I went to. I mean, it wasn't fun most of the time, but it's still a better school than I could have went to, and it offers more like educated viewpoints, and I feel like I'm a more well-rounded person because of the classes that they offered at that school. There's other people who, like, even though they still graduated from high school, but we have completely different educations.
I've been grateful for my grandma because she's been in the hospital for the past month, and she's finally came home and she's all better now.
So when you first asked me this question, the first thing I thought of was my spinning class and how for the past couple of months I've been teaching a group exercise class at the YMCA where I've worked for a couple of years. And I think something I'm really grateful for is being able to personally work with people to help them achieve their physical goals. I think that is just so incredibly satisfactory to be able to see them come, to see them work hard, to see them put in the effort and then leave being like, wow, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to do this today. As an instructor, that always leaves me feeling extremely refreshed and happy.
I'm really grateful for my family, who's just been so kind to me and given me a lot of opportunities to do well. And my father was a foster child when he was younger, he was beat and he had a very poor life. And I'm very grateful with the way my father treats me because he kind of made a promise to himself that he would never treat his children the way he was treated. So he made my life very easy. Usually people in that situation, it becomes cyclical. They fall into that trap and it almost never ends. And I'm very grateful that my father was someone who broke out of that.
I am thankful for, my son raised his hand, for my kids, of course, my significant other, and the friends that I have, that I can actually call friends.
Kind of an odd thing that most people probably don't think about that I'm really grateful for every day. I grew up in Brazil, and even though I lived in a big city, São Paulo, we run out of power a lot. So I lived on the 26th floor of a building, and I can't tell you how many times I'd have to climb those stairs just to go home. But water there would, a lot of times you couldn't take a hot shower. So when we got to the United States, I'm thankful almost every day when I step in the shower for indoor plumbing. It is wonderful.
I'm very thankful for my higher power, which is the Lord Jesus Christ. I go to a really great church in Apopka, Florida, and since the moment I stepped into that church, I've been nothing but blessed. I thank my friends right here with me because when I was having problems, they made sure I stayed alive. They helped me get into a rehab so that I could get my life reconstructed. So for that, I'm very, very thankful. I thank the Navy VA here for making sure that I got my eyes taken care of because I was basically considered legally blind without my glasses. They got me cataract operations and made sure I had glasses. I spent some time in the domiciliary, where I was going through the rehab because I was on drugs and alcohol so bad. I couldn't even tell you who I was. And
Almost 2 years now.
yes, as a matter of fact, the 4th of July this year, I will be celebrating 2 years of total sobriety.
I'm thankful for helping my mom with groceries.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! Chores.
Well, sometimes I feel like I don't express it very much, but I guess I help around the house and I just do a bunch of things to try and help out. I feel like I'm not expressing my gratitude because I'm not being nice to my mom sometimes. Like sometimes I give her an attitude or something like that, and sometimes I feel really bad for it.
Typically, like, just try to say thank you a lot, of course. Just really emphasize that. Had a graduation party recently and had to write out thank you notes, send them in the mail the old-fashioned way, so I guess that's one way it can be done, and I enjoy doing that.
I think it's just you have to let them know by like, hey, thank you for giving me more hours at work, or thank you for just telling me that my work was appreciated today. It's just like that communication will like make the difference.
The way I usually express gratitude is if somebody has done something very kind for me, or they've gotten me a gift or something like that. I talk about it. Like, I tell them how much I appreciate it through me acting enthusiastic. Like, oh, so I love this thing that you got for me because it helps me complete these tasks or make my life easier, or thank you for doing that thing for me. It made my life a lot easier. Whatever. I show gratitude through expressing how much. It's not just a thank you. It's me actually expressing why I'm thankful and how it's made my life easier or made me happier, whatever. Something like that. That's usually what I do.
A way that I like to express gratitude, it may not be saying it as much or expressing it vocally, but I really enjoy doing things for other people, whether it be a small action or just taking a friend out, because, you know, they deserve it. A good example was last night. I was just sitting at home and I had this great idea that, you know, I kind of wanted to go see the new Jurassic World movie. So I thought, you know, I've got 2 tickets, and I also have a free pass to City Walk, you know, due to parking. So let me call Jarius, one of my best friends, and just bring him along. Just take him out for a night. Just, you know, don't make him pay for anything. I'll drive there. I got the parking. I got the movie. Everything. You just take him out for a good night. He's a good friend, you know.
I give back. I'm not necessarily always vocal about it, but I will show that I'm thankful by doing things in return for them without them being aware of it.
I listen and I watch to see what they like, because, you know, different people like different things. So I think one of the things I do is just listen. And, you know, sometimes people like to be taken care of and have things done for them. Sometimes they like to be complimented. You know, sometimes they just want to be listened to if they're having a bad day or just need somebody to talk to.
Well, first of all, I volunteer with our church, where we go out, we visit people. There's a lot of shut-ins in the area where I'm at, so we've gone out to visit people in different homes. The church itself, we have an area in the back of the church where we hand out food and stuff like that. But if there's anybody, I'm a handyman on the side. I can go to places where some people pay me, but in the area that I'm at, a lot of people can't afford to pay anything like that. So I just help them do work, and I don't charge anything. I'll cut their grass. I don't care what it is that they need. But, you know, I'm blessed and blessed and blessed, and all I want to do is share my blessings with other people.
And you play Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Are those cards?
Yeah, I have like this much of Pokemon cards.
Yeah? Who bought you all those Pokemon cards?
My mom, and they have it. They have it at Walmart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what did you say to your mom when she bought you those
I said
Pokemon
thank
cards?
you.
Yeah? Why did you say thank you?
'Cause
You don't really know.
I plant flowers.
Yeah? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
But why did you do it?
Because I like the flowers.
Yeah? And what did I say afterwards?
Huh?
What did I do afterwards?
Uh.
Did I say thank you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And did you feel good because you helped me?
Yeah. Well, the best thing that I really appreciate about them is for caring about me and playing with me a lot. They treat me like a family member.
Well, like my mom, whenever she says that she loves me or she gives me a kiss or hugs me, that's how I know. And whenever she just nurtures me and cares for me.
We've been best friends for like 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Long time.
We love each other. Matthew drove me here today, and he waited for me to get ready.
That's true.
Wow.
She's driven me places before, and she's waited for me.
Matthew drove me to school every day for like a month and a half when Elizabeth was using my car. Oh, one time when you got pants in the 4th grade and I stood up for you.
Yeah, that was nice, I guess.
Yeah. It was like your first day.
You know, 4th day. So I was used to it by then.
Oh my god.
Morgan is, I remember last year when I graduated, she was telling me all about this huge card she's going to make. I thought she was kidding. She shows up at the chorus banquet with this huge, what was it? Like a
a big
poster
poster
size,
board.
and she folded it in half. It's like, love you, Shamara. And I was like, I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry.
I have
I'm
like
not going to do
pictures
it.
all over it of us together.
I did not see it coming whatsoever.
Oh, and like when she was leaving, a few days afterwards, there was my name on the chorus board, and it said like to Morgan, love Shamara. And I was like, what is this? And so I ran to Mr. D, and he's like, oh, she has a surprise for you. And it was like a little like fairy wand, and she wrote a card for me that I still have in my room as well. And so we keep like our little stuff that we give to each other.
Recently at the YMCA, a family that I've known for a few years, the son came in and he told me that his mom was coming back into town because she lives out of the country, and he was curious if I could set her up with just, you know, a week or two pass just so she could come in and work out with him during that time, because, you know, they're not necessarily financially stacked. They don't have, you know, an exorbitant amount of money where they can pay for a membership just for her to come for those couple days. So they were wondering if there's anything I could do, and of course, knowing them for a few years, I said, yeah, no, of course, bring her in and I'll get her set up, I'll take care of her, it'll be no big deal. So she came in, and, you know, she was super happy that she was able to come and work out. And when she left, she actually left me a very small gift, and she wrote me a card, and then she said, oh, thank you so much, it meant so much that you were able to do that for me, you know, it really helped me out a lot, and it made my vacation much better. And she got me a bunch of candy bars.
Well, you've always expressed gratitude towards me. You're very good about that, my friend Elizabeth. She's very good about that. She's very vocal about expressing thanks and expressing how much she cares for you know, us as her friends, and she's very good about that. So that always makes me feel like, okay, I know for sure that at least one person kind of likes me.
Usually they tell me, hey, thanks, my kids. You know, they're very affectionate, so they'll randomly come up and give me a hug to tell me thank you for something, and just anything that I've done, even if it's a week later and they still remember it, they'll thank me again for it. And little things, my significant other, he does the same. He'll do things without me asking, or he'll take over on something so I don't have to stress about it, and to show me that he appreciates everything I do for our kids and for our family.
I get cards from students and emails that are of thanks. Sometimes just a comment of a thank you. Sometimes somebody will make something like a meal, or, you know, a cake or something. Just all kinds of things.
Well, they treat me like I'm somebody special. Some people, you know, I go in an area where, first of all, I'm the only white member in our church I go to. It's a predominantly black area, and everybody treats me like I'm somebody important.
I think I learned more than I actually thought I would. I think, in my opinion, gratitude is a combination of forgiveness, altruism, hope, courage, vulnerability for sure. Because you need a combination of everything to receive gratitude. If there's a book about gratitude, gratitude would be like the last chapter. Because you have to go through every step first before you can actually feel grateful for the things you have. And in saying that, I am very grateful for my dear friend Morgan. Because, especially in the past couple of months, she's been there as a friend, as a very close friend. She's always there, especially with my Nana and home life and the craziness there. Last week, a few days ago, I'm not sure, a couple of days in a row though, I went up to her and I told her, I was like, oh my goodness, I have this really weird pain in my chest, I don't know what it is. I'll see my Nana cry, I'll see my aunts fighting, or I see the cops walking in a house and I'm like, there it is again, what is happening? And for a second, I'm like, is my heart actually breaking? Is that possible? And we were joking about it for a second, and she's like, Shamira, do you ever cry? And I'm like, why would I do that? No. Crying is, shows weakness. I was never raised to do that. No, I don't cry. So she says that by not doing so, I'm releasing this kind of energy a different way, and my heart could be actually breaking. But through this video, through this project, through working with my group members, I rarely talk to them as much as I probably should. I like being by myself and enclosed. And I enjoy just being to myself. I learned that it's easier, it's better, it's healthier to look somebody in the eye, to be able to actually hold your head up, to be able to just be yourself, which is not a thing that I normally do. I usually just conform to whatever. So I'm very grateful for Morgan, very grateful for my teammates, my group mates. So that's what I'm grateful for, and I'm fixing my heart. So me and my non-broken heart are very grateful.
It's very important to me that I let people know how thankful I am for what they've done for me. Just to let them know that I appreciated, how they have affected me personally in a positive or negative way. Because people, I guess, aren't as recognized as much at all, not on an average at all, and I think it's important for people's growth to be recognized and to be appreciative of others, because it's kind of a reflection of yourself, and it helps other people reflect on themselves of how they have come across to other people. If you tell them that you're thankful for someone and they are genuinely happy, they'll remember that for the rest of their life, in a way, because it's kind of a validation, in a way, to validate someone as being a good person. Over the past 6 months, I've lost a lot of hair, and I've been pretty stressed out about it because it just came out of nowhere. I had no cause. I went to the doctors. My parents took me to the doctor. And I'm not sick. I don't have any tumors or anything that would cause me to lose this much hair. So the bottom line, it's just stress. I'm stressed out. And I guess I didn't know how to handle it at the beginning, so it came out, it manifested in a physical form. So this is how I kind of, this is how I look like, I guess. I've had a lot of self-doubt about myself, because if I don't feel very attractive, self-confidence goes really all the way to the ground when it comes to my hair, because I really liked it before. But I've had such a good time being supported by my best friend, who his name is Tyler, and he's my best friend, and he just hasn't turned away from me about it. Tyler has never really been that way. He has always been there for me. He never comments about how it looks different. He always tells me, you look very good. If I have a good day, my hair looks decent, he tells me, hey, I like your hair, it looks pretty full, it's growing in, I'm really proud of you, and we'll have a moment, And I'm really thankful that my parents have the ability to take me to the hospital or take me to the doctor so I can have an appointment. you know, and figure this out. Because if I didn't have that support and love that they really cared and were freaking out about just as much as I was about the situation, that I don't know what would have happened to me. I don't know what would go through my mind, I guess, about this, because now I know it's just stress. Before, I could have thought, if I didn't have this, I probably would have thought I was dying. It's important for everyone to know their value, and to give thanks to someone is to understanding that you have value and that other person also has value, and you guys can share that connection together.
I'm really grateful to be taking these psychology classes at Valencia and to have Dr. Freeman for 2 of these classes. A lot of people would have thought that I couldn't do it. I might have thought that I couldn't do it, but I realized that that I had to do it and that I was meant to do it because of the things that have happened in my life that led me to do it. In my past, I probably would have never done this, and I would have, if someone told me that I would be in this class right now, like, you know, so many years ago, I would have thought that was ludicrous. But I've gained strength from a tragedy in my life, and it's getting me terrific strength that I never had before, and so I am grateful. I'm learning to be grateful, and I'm, in my heart, I have grateful a grateful attitude that is like just like a seed that's just growing, and it's making me do more and more things that I would have never done before. This is what is helping me to be more grateful in my life, and I hope it will help me to teach other people to be grateful. It is so telling people simply to buck up, count their blessings, and remember how much they still have to be grateful for can certainly do much harm. Processing a life experience through a grateful lens does not mean denying negativity. It is not a form of superficial happyology. Instead, it means realizing the power you have to transform an obstacle into an opportunity. It means reframing a loss into a potential gain, recasting negativity into positive channels for gratitude. Sometimes thinking, if I'm going to help other people through some of their tragedies in their life, I'm thinking, how can I help them if I don't understand my own self or how to be grateful myself? I would be remiss if I didn't say how grateful I am for having my husband, because he came along at just the right time in a place where I felt like I was going under quite quickly. And ever since, for all these years, he's there for me and helps me and understands me, especially when I am not a very clear speaker and a lot of people look at me and don't understand. He has come to like really understand and support what I say, and that helps me to be more confident.
So to me, gratitude is one of the more interesting virtues, because we can talk about it in terms of why you would do it to make yourself happier, and also why you would do it to make yourself a better person or to be a good person. And to me, that's always been sort of an interesting dichotomy, that happiness is not necessarily a moral good. You don't need to be happy to be a good person. But in terms of gratitude, you have to be grateful and it will make you happier. And what I mean by that is gratitude is going to give you more and better relationships. People who are naturally have grateful dispositions are happier, they're healthier, they're more engaged with their lives, and they have less negative emotions like envy or aggression. And then also, people who are grateful are morally good people. They're people who write thank you notes to their grandmother. They're people who are not entitled. They're people who generally are really in tune with being able to recognize and respond appropriately to the positive things in their life. A few years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with that sentence in my head, happiness is not a moral good. And it's something that had sort of stuck with me my whole life, you know? No matter how much therapy you get or how much philosophy you do, it's really hard to bridge that is-ought distinction. It's hard to get to the point where you can say, I know that it's possible to be happy, but why should I? And to me, gratitude is that bridge.
We were trying no more. It's cold on the floor, cold on the